Hello and welcome to a new episode of me reacting to anime analysis, anime videos, and more. Today we will be reacting to Gigguk's new video that just got released. Chainsaw Man Author is Insane by Gigguk. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the videos.
Chainsaw Man is a story about a man who's a chainsaw.
Yes, of course, it's all about a man with a chainsaw. So basically I have kind of read the manga, only half of it. Then after chapter 5 or 10, I just stopped reading it for some reason. I don't know why. I can't really put a reason as to why I don't like it. I mean, I understand the appeal of it. It's kind of fresh in a world where manga is just all generic and copy each other.
Did I get that right? Chainsaw Man is possibly the hottest anticipated IP in anime, right?
Yeah, it is just people have been hyping up it for real. Just like God of High School, and for God's sake, let's just hope that it's not like God of High School. When the anime drop, I will come to enjoy Chainsaw Man again. Like the manga, for some reason, I drop it off at 10 chapter plus.
Recently, it doesn't seem like Shonen Jump can miss when it comes to their titles being guaranteed mega hits. Jujutsu
Kaisen, of course. I haven't actually watched Jujutsu Kaisen yet. Really should watch it, but I'm too lazy.
The new kid on the block that everyone seems to talk about, Demon Slayer.
Yes, Demon Slayer. I also have not watched it. Technically, I watched it only the first episode and it just doesn't hit me that much. I don't enjoy much of the new Shonen Jump kind of anime. I only like Spy X Family. There's a reason why I make a video on it, because after watching anime for nearly 3 years, or maybe it's 3 years now, that I got kind of sick of the new shit and just want to watch the same old shit again.
Broke every sales record imaginable and completely revolutionized anime movie tie-ins forever.
Oh yeah, the only thing that I like about Demon Slayer is their movie. The animation is killer on point, man. It's just amazing.
Spy X Family, I think.
Yes, Spy X Family, my favorite anime in this kind of season. It's really good. That's the reason why I make a video about it. And you really should check it out too. Link in the description down below.
More people in the anime community watch this than took showers, and yet even with that, it feels like there's just as much hype for Chainsaw Man, even though it hasn't even started airing yet.
Yeah, it's actually airing in October, and there's already many YouTubers talking about the anime, and basically it made it by a studio that is highly reputable, and a lot of people really enjoy the things that come out by MAPPA, and I also do.
180,000 people were waiting in the lobby for the new trailer drop.
Damn, 180,000, damn.
80,000 people were waiting in the lobby for the new trailer drop. The trailer numbers have got upwards of 17 million views on YouTube, which
yeah,
is
there's a lot like Solo Leveling and the highly anticipated Solo Leveling trailer and the highly anticipated Spy X Family season 2, and I really want to watch the season 2. But for Solo Leveling, I don't think that it's going to be as good as the manhwa, and also the manhwa is not that good. It did a better job than the fucking light novel. The light novel is just ass, the ending. And if you've been in the light novel community, then Solo Leveling is very generic.
For a new upcoming IP. I mean, these are the kinds of numbers Attack on Titan final season.
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
And that's Attack on Titan final season. And judging from these trailers alone, this might be one of the most beautiful things Studio MAPPA have produced. I mean, just look at this. It's beautiful. When this anime finally drops, it's pretty...
Okay, through the animation, I haven't actually watched the trailer, and just by seeing it, it's...
Just look at this. It's beautiful. When this anime finally drops, it's pretty much set to take over the anime community and further cement Shonen Jump as the powerhouse of anime and manga.
I really don't know about that one, but alright, let's see after it drops.
But I'm not here to talk about Chainsaw Man. Wait, hold on a second, hold on! I want to wait till the anime starts airing before I tackle this behemoth of a story, because I've said this a few times before, but I haven't actually read the Chainsaw. Why? I mean, just look at this. Wouldn't you want to experience this story for the first time via anime if it ends up looking this good? What I have done, though, is read pretty much everything else the author...
Oh yeah, Fire Punch. I kinda read the first and second chapter. It's really good, even though I did not continue after second chapter, just by the art, just by the story and the premise that they said. It's really good, but at that time I don't have much time to read it, and I really should look into it and make a review about it.
It's done. Tatsuki Fujimoto is one of the hottest names in manga right now, and while Chainsaw Man is busy taking over the world, I wanted to take a chance to talk about some of his other works, because after perusing, I fully believe that he might be one of my new favorite manga artists of all time. Reading this guy's work and seeing his current path in manga, I honestly think we might be witnessing the journey of one of the greatest manga artists of our time. Yes, burn this name into your memory, because this
Tatsuki, wait, what is his name?
greatest manga artist of our time. Yes, burn this
Tatsuki Fujimoto. Okay, I will burn it in my mind. Tatsuki Fujimoto. What? Wait a second, is this
could
legit?
well possibly be the new face of manga. Everything he's touched, without exception, is
We
in my
proceed
opinion,
to
worth a
levitate.
read.
What
So
the
if you're looking
fuck?
for something to hold you over from that Chainsaw Man hype, this is the perfect place to look. Let's start with Fire Punch. A man who punches things with fire.
That is the most accurate description of Fire Punch Man. By the first episode, you already know what you're into. A world of flame and revenge.
Nailed it. It's the end of the world. The earth has frozen over into an ice age, plunging everyone into a never-ending winter that has pushed life to the edge. Plants won't grow, animals are dead, and humanity is on the brink of extinction. Thankfully, there have been some humans that
It's a
have been
very
blessed
dark
with
show indeed.
superpowers and can perform feats of miracle, like our main character Agni, who's been blessed with the ability to regenerate. Under any other circumstance, this would be his opportunity to be a
Oh yeah, watching like Gigguk explain like the first chapter, now it kind of hit my memory now. Okay, alright.
superhero, but in this barren wasteland, there's only
Yeah, I
one
kind of,
way his power
yeah,
can
I
be
can
useful.
remember this.
As an
Yeah,
infinite food source. Arm after arm, he painfully severs his limbs for his sister
It's like
and village
very
to feast
dark.
upon, so they don't starve
It's
to
very
death,
dark.
even though there's little reason for anyone to keep the will to survive and live on this kind of way. This
It's
is
a
how
whole
Fire Punch
dark.
opens up its world and introduces you to the story that you're about to experience. Because one day, after encountering another group of people who find out this village has resorted to cannibalism to survive, another blessed human takes it upon himself to cleanse the entire village with his
Oh yeah, that did not happen. Something else happened. Oh boy, now I
burn
can't
powers
remember
by
it.
burning everyone alive with a flame that cannot be extinguished until the subject is dead. Unfortunately for Agni, this means he's been set ablaze with a flame that will
Yeah,
never stop
flame.
burning him, as he regenerates faster than his body can turn to ash.
Yeah.
For one whole year, he could do nothing but writhe around in pain, constantly burning to death but unable to ever die.
Damn, that's just painful, man. Like, if you're burning and the feeling of being burned is very agony and very in pain, and like you cannot die and just like get it over with, and you still have to experience it for a whole year, just a whole fucking year. Oh boy.
3 years pass until he can slightly move around by chewing his tongue off to distract him from the pain.
Damn.
5 years before he learns to breathe with the pain of the flame searing his lungs upon
Jeez,
every
5
breath.
years.
And only after
Well,
8
damn.
years of constantly burning,
8 year, yeah. Now after like Gigguk describe it to me in a new way, then yeah, I'm kind of interested in now.
is he fully able to adapt to
Kinda
the pain.
interested.
And the first thing he does is he makes a fist, engulfed in flames, and goes, "I'ma punch that motherfucker who did this to me." Yeah.
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
that for an origin story? Oh, look at this man with the little spider bite. Was the little spider bite painful? Did it give you a
Spider-Man. He's talking about Spider. Where he got bited by a spider.
Oh, that looks like a painful boo-boo. Oh, is the widow baby sad because his parents got shot and now he...
He's comparing all of the protagonists' backstory. Lol. Okay,
My
bro.
chemical worm mask. Widow baby, don't be sad. It's gonna be okay. Fuck that. How about having your friends and family burned
Yeah,
alive in front of
burn.
you, only to have your entire existence be in constant searing pain of being scorched to death every moment of your life? Fire Punch takes the superpowered superhuman stories you know and
Just
completely
mash it
flips on its
together.
head. It reshapes and reframes
No, just
what you
mash it
think having
together.
superpowers would be like by dropping you into one of the most brutal and unforgiving worlds I've seen in manga. You got electric powers? Fantastic! Give me a hammer so I
Yeah.
can go around saving the world like Thor, right? Nah, actually, you know what? You can be really useful as a personal battery that people can use to power their homes. Firepower? Brilliant! We're going through an ice age right now, so heat's the one thing humans need. So let's just strap you down so you can become a personal
Bro.
industrial power plant. If you have powers, you're not just a human being, but
You're just a
natural resource.
product. Yeah, you're just a fucking product for the Oh my god, that is
Those
just
people need to expend in order to survive, and by God, are people going to survive by any means necessary? This is a world without hope.
Goku. Why did he flash the Goku drip? What?
And Fire Punch uses this as a vehicle to dive right into the deep end to showcase some of the worst sides of humanity and the things people will turn to in times of desperation. We see
Yes.
stories like
She's probably the female lead just by the character design. You can clearly tell which one is the female lead
this
just
before,
by
but
the fact
Fujimoto
that
manages to present them in a way that feels fresh and new. It's a dark, deep, introspective story that somehow finds time to make some kick-ass action along the way as well. And even then, he finds his own way to do things. Like, I don't know why in basically every story I've seen with superpowers, there seems to be this unspoken agreement that no more than 2 people
yes.
will have exactly the same
Oh my god, I just don't understand why, like, in all anime, like, there's just 2 characters that have the same power and they have to clash.
power. And if 2 people in the world do meet with the same power, it's just like, oh, hey, you know, I'm like the token fire guy in the story, so I guess we've got to battle to the death and stuff, okay? Fire Punch says, fuck that. Let's have a full-on slaughter fest with a room full of Wolverines who can regenerate and see who comes out on top. People here know what kind of powers exist and have adapted fighting styles that play to their strengths and weaknesses of the powers they go up against. To a regenerative, body parts can be a resource,
Yeah, doesn't
a weapon
really
to
matter.
be used to give you an advantage. Agni gets impaled, fucking chops his own head off midair so he can regenerate faster and get back in the fight, chucks his arm at someone and sets them on fire. Somehow
Absolutely
in this world
insane.
gone mad, Fire Punch still feels like it's steeped in realism. This is how people would fight, act, and live if shit like this actually happened in the real world.
Where the world full of shit, and so the fight has to be shit too. Like, they have to resort to fighting dirty, and there's no rule, there's like no competition, there's no tournament, and there's no friendship bullshit. It's just all fight.
His meaning in life. Was there even one to begin with? Is it possible to find hope in a place of hopelessness? It's also a story of a guy who's been set up. It gives you such a unique feeling reading it because
Damn, my man like got swordful in his body. Jesus.
there is one big distinguishing
Damn.
trait I found with Tatsuki Fujimoto's work. It's fucking weird. Within chapter 1, Agni's sister is like, Oni-chan, do you want to repopulate the world with me? And I was like, oh.
Okay.
I didn't realize this was the kind of fire we were going to be
Yeah.
starting with here. But, you know, luckily before she could light the flames of the incest dumpster fire, she just
Incest.
became one. Heyo! One of the characters has an entire arc where they want to make a movie and cast Agni as the main character, which is like, okay. Another person meets a village doctor, and he seems like a swell guy. He wants to save
Now this is just interested me more. Like, I like a manga where like there's some weirdness into it, but like basically the author gave his input, like his creativity into it. Okay, let's
all the children and the dogs. Must be a good guy if he cares for dogs. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, so.
so
Wanna fuck my dogs? And that's like some of the more normal plot developments that happen. The second half of Fire Punch is a psychedelic acid trip that goes more off the rails the more pages you turn, and I'm definitely gonna need another video to break this down because I need you guys to know. I can't be the only one to know what it feels like to be on Fujimoto's wild ride. If you think you know the direction this story is gonna take, you're wrong.
what the hell is this character design? Alright, I'm very interested in Fire Punch now.
Every time you think Agni's going to take 1 step forward, he takes 2 steps left and levitates up. This is not the kind of series that will make any kind of sense in the traditional way, but if there's one thing I will guarantee you, it's that it'll give you an experience like none that you've ever had before. And that's something I feel emanating out of all of this guy's works. He's someone that takes normal convention and drop kicks it out of the atmosphere.
Drop kick it out.
Someone who isn't afraid to throw in some batshit insane things into his work, even if he knows the general audience might not understand it. Fire Punch was a melting pot of raw ideas from a talent that had yet been refined. It is far from the perfect manga, but through the unhinged madness, I could tell that there was something special behind this.
Wait, what is this thing like? Wait a minute, what the fuck is this
And I
thing?
think Fujimoto learned a lot of
Is that a tower? Did the author just introduce a power leveling scale? Like where the mech
lessons from this, because
What
his
am I
future
talking
work
about?
would only grow to be more polished while maintaining his unique, insane style. Obviously in Chainsaw Man, but also in his one-shots, namely Look Back and Goodbye Eri. Most manga one-shots you see are around 50-ish or so pages, acting like an extended manga chapter.
actually have never read a one shot, and I kinda don't want to.
And yet this guy somehow had the gall to do 2 very notable one-shots, one being 143 pages and the
Damn.
other being 200 pages. That's not a one-shot.
Yeah,
that's
that's just a whole
fucking
manga.
volume, which I believe
Yeah,
in the
that's
manga
just an
world
entire
we
manga.
refer to as absolutely fucking cracked. But it was in reading these subtitles that changed my perception of Fujimoto from just being a talented manga artist to being an absolute genius. Both of these one-shots tell stories you may be very familiar with. Look Back follows the life story of two manga artists that become friends.
Wait, isn't that kind of like Bakuman? Bakuman like the anime or the manga, but where it's not like where two manga artists, it's where a manga artist and a story planner, a story planner, they got together and they create manga. But this is different. They are two manga artists friends. Like they both can draw. Bakuman, the other one can draw. Only the main character can draw.
And Goodbye Eri is about dealing with the grief at the loss of a loved one.
Yeah, it's all relatable. So the only second part is relatable to most, but the first part relatable to some, but not many.
But they both take their own very weird turn with their own weird Fujimoto flair. That would take more time for me to describe than for you to just go ahead and read them, so please just go fucking do that. I think both these stories fully display what makes him so special. This is what it's like seeing a genius visual storyteller at work. He knows when to use dialogue and when to shut up and let his panels do the talking.
Yeah, like in most manga, there's just so many dialogue, and there's not just like a silent moment, a brief, like a moment where let the viewer or the reader take in a breath, take in like a deep breath and prepare for the next stuff that's gonna happen, or just let a moment like sink in for the reader to connect with the character, as there's no dialogue, just an action. Like this scene, for example, where the character just look down on you and you stare into their eyes, like deep, so black eye, and you can feel the character emotion at that moment, where there's no dialogue, there's no like dialogue. There's no need for dialogue to show that she's feeling something. You can feel it just by looking at the character.
Take this scene from Look Back. Fujino is just a kid who draws manga for fun. Her comics get published in the 4th grade newsletter and everyone praises her for it. She's talented, they say. She's the best there is, they say. There is no one that could be better than her. She is a manga genius. That is, until one day, another person her age publishes their art in exactly the same newsletter and completely blows hers out the water. Hers looks like an amateur scribble next to this mystery person, and
her art style is very bad. Wait, yeah, it's kind of nearly like Bakuman, but like she's more into story. But the other one is like very good at drawing. Is it kind of the same?
Know it. So, unwilling to take the L, she practices. Day in, day out, she works to improve her art. Before she knows it, it's years later and she's looking at her new improved comic next.
And it's still not that good. Her story is kind of good, I'm pretty sure.
To the same person who's also gotten drastically better in a way that she could never even hope to reach. Convinced there's no way she could ever compete, she gives up on manga. And so, time passes, and eventually she reaches graduation age. Her teacher asks to deliver a diploma that belongs to this mysterious rival that she never met. And after reluctantly going along with it, by complete chance, they meet. Turns out her rival was another girl that was a complete shut-in all this time that focused on nothing but art.
Yeah, now I know it. It's kind of like Bakuman, where the other one is like really good at drawing, the other one is really good at story, but the author Fujimoto introduced the kind of plot in a new way, of a very interesting way, more than Bakuman ever did.
She finds out that her rival was actually jealous of her and her story.
I'm actually a fan of you. Can I get you an autograph? Yes, when like your rival, the one that you really want to beat, and came out said that they're your fan, you just have an absolute shock moment.
Telling skills, and on top of that was even a fan. After asking for an autograph, the other girl, the rival, the person that in Fujino's mind she could never hope to compete with, calls her a manga genius. And then, after saying goodbye, all you see her doing is walking away, and you see this.
Yeah, you can feel the character emotion, like you can feel her like disappointment, you can feel some kind of excitement in it, a lot of emotion in it.
Then you turn the page and...
What am I seeing? But you can see the character, the first disappointment that she take her as a rival, like trying to compete, but the second you see her enjoyment, her thrill that her rival is actually a fan of her and call her a manga genius.
It's rare to see such a mastery when it comes to visual storytelling. You can feel
Yeah.
a wave of emotions shifting and turning in a way that's normally impossible to convey on a still page. Joy, excitement, validation, vindication. This didn't feel like I was reading a manga. It felt like I was watching a movie, not with rough storyboards, but with real actors conveying their subtle emotions. And that's
A manga, wow, interesting. A manga where the character is just like an actor, like show emotion instead of dialogue.
art is able to portray such a range of emotions and impact. One panel could be a silly character making a dumb face, and then the next could be a beautifully
Yeah,
haunting
beautiful,
existential
wow.
nightmare. The kinds of panel with such striking imagery
This is Chainsaw Man, and swear to God, when I first read it, there's nothing like this.
that it will be burned into your psyche for years, decades for your life to come. It's this ability to switch on and off at a whim that makes Fujimoto a master. We are just puppets on his stage, with our emotions tethered to whatever he wants to express. I'm very surprised Chainsaw Man blew up as much as it did. Telling me his work would be something that appeals to mainstream audiences would be about as surprising as telling me that David Lynch is directing the next MCU movie. But at the
Lol,
same
oh no,
time,
that's-
I'm really glad that it did, because behind all this craziness, behind all the weirdness, behind all the batshit insane ideas, there is a raw desire for expression. You can feel Tatsuki Fujimoto's pure
Through like his in like most of his manga that Gigguk show like all of the character where there's just no dialogue, there's just pure emotion that scream out to you like what the character feel and what the author want to portray and stuff.
passion for storytelling bleeding out of every single panel he does. Some of it may be pretty out there, but through it, I sense a conviction like no other from someone who's so unwilling to compromise on his vision, even if it means having to stick the middle finger to popular convention. And all this sets the stage for the Chainsaw Man anime to drop.
Now I really want to watch it. I mean, at first, like after watching this video, at first I was like, Chainsaw Man, I read the manga and kinda don't like it. Now I really want to watch the anime. Thank you so much for watching this video, and you really should go out and check Gigguk, and you probably already subscribed to him. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to him. And also don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to me. It's been your boy Neonz. Goodbye.